it's your girl Okwe, and today we will be talking about some hot topics, things that are trending right now on social media, reality shows, and just vibes. So if that sounds like your vibe, stay tuned. If it's your first time being here, hi, welcome to the family. I hope you enjoy what you listen to and what you see. I hope you stay and click the like, comment, share, and subscribe button at the end of this video. And yeah, happy new year, guys, and welcome to, I think, our first official video of 2026, or maybe not, we'll see. Like, I know that there was a post that I did just talking about what to expect in the channel moving forward in 2026, but that video was actually filmed in 2025, so this is my first time actually filming in 2026. So yeah, happy new year, everyone. I hope your holiday was amazing. Cheers to 2026 and what 2026 has in store for us as a community and as individuals. Okay, so let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is this whole Desmond and Kristy situation. So if any of you do not know, I think last weekend, it was top of the blogs that Kristy and Desmond had. Kristy filed for divorce from Desmond because of infidelity on his part. So that news took everybody on social media by surprise and pretty much shook the world of social media, like as we know it, especially when it comes to relationship creators, relationship content creators, and all that. They were literally couple goals for a lot of people. And I was one of them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the kind of person that, just believes everything on social media, just believes what everyone portrays on social media. But there are just a certain few people that I kind of look up to in certain things that, when things like this come out about them, I'm like shook, because I'm like, whoa, like I actually really thought that these guys were genuine, like they were different. But really, the moral of the story is, do not believe everything you see on social media, because you don't be knowing what be going on behind closed doors, behind the scenes, and all that. And this was a very good example for that. But yeah, it's been a trending topic. A lot of people are torn. Some people are on Desmond's side, some people are on Kristy's side. I, in a way, kind of see where everyone is coming from, but at the end of the day, whatever excuse or whatever reasoning I could have given Desmond, the fact that he committed infidelity for me just overrides everything. I think he posted a what's it called, a public statement. Basically, I think I'm just going to read it. A public statement about the whole thing, because the news was released early in the morning on Saturday, and I think he let out a statement like later in the evening. So let's see if we can find that statement, and then we'll break things down from there. It says, I want to begin by apologizing to Kristy, our family, and everyone who has been impacted by the public attention surrounding this situation. I know this news has been disappointing for many, and I'm truly sorry for the hurt it has caused. Kristy is the mother of my children and will always come first. I remain fully committed to being an active, present, and loving parent to our boys, as I've always been. Kristy and I faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them. Toward the end of 2025, I wanted to separate, and I had conversations with Kristy regarding this. During this period, I made choices that I am not proud of. I took responsibility for those actions I shared with her directly and personally, and ultimately we decided to divorce. I ask for privacy and compassion as we navigate this difficult chapter of our lives. Thank you for everyone who has supported us over the years. I'm grateful for the support and will continue to share my love for cooking and the things that inspire me. I hope you continue with the journey. I hope you continue that journey with me. Okay, so there are a couple of things I want to highlight here. And let's just start with this place. Kristy and I faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them. Toward the end of 2025, I wanted to separate. Why did you want to separate? Did you want to separate because you cheated? What was the reason why you wanted to separate? That's not really clear. And I've been seeing speculations also on social media about that being maybe the reason why he wanted to separate in that moment. So we really don't know what was happening behind the scenes again, like I said. And I had conversations with Kristy regarding this. During this period, I made choices that I'm not proud of. So the period you made choices that you were not proud of, did they overlap with the time that you chose to ask for a separation? If that's the case, that doesn't justify anything. Like, that means you did what you did before the conversation of separation. If that is the case, you saying, oh, you wanted to separate initially before things happened, if everything overlapped around the same time, that doesn't make sense. And I hope that that was not the case, because that would just really make you look way worse than you already look. So, yeah, I guess they're getting a divorce, child. Just really sad. I feel bad for the kids. I always feel bad for the kids, especially in situations like this, because they are the ones that are really impacted. Yes, the significant other is impacted, but at the same time, they are the ones that are really impacted. And these people, again, have been together since they were like 14. They got married at a very young age, I think 19. So this is years like of growing with each other, of like just doing so many things with each other, growing into this successful industry with each other. Like, they've been with each other every step of the way, and I just feel so disappointed that he just threw all that away for what? Gucci? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me, but I hope they'll figure it out. All I'm just going to say about this is we can judge as much as we want to judge on social media and say whatever we want to say on social media, but at the end of the day, only those two really know what went on, and only those two will know how to figure it out at the end of the day. I think Kristy posted made a post yesterday on social media, just basically taking some snapshots in the house, because I think towards the end of last year, a lot of her content were filmed in their apartment in LA. I don't know if I mentioned this also. They even built a house together last year. Like, it just seemed like everything was going well for the two of them. So to hear in this statement that, oh, they were going through a lot last year and 2025 was this and that, is like, wow, you really don't be knowing for real. But yeah, she's been filming a lot in their apartment. I don't know if it's in LA or Houston, but one of them. And he has been filming more in the house. So that was already a red flag for some of the viewers, because I think I was seeing some comments even before this divorce thing was released that, oh, why is she filming a lot here? Where is Desmond? We don't see Desmond anymore in her videos. Or she's making cooking videos too, and we're like, whoa, like Kristy never cooks, like what's going on and everything. So in hindsight now, going back to her content, it was very obvious too that there were things going on behind the scenes. Things were just not looking the way they naturally would look, in her content. But I hope they figure it out. Yes, back to the Instagram post I was saying. Someone said that Desmond actually liked the post, so I don't know. Maybe even though they are divorcing, they're gonna stay friends. Who knows? I just hope that they figure it out. I just hope they're able to co-parent, and if it is something they can walk through, I hope they can walk through it. Not a lot of people can, but I hope they can walk through it and establish something that works for the both of them and works for their family. And I wish them all the best. I like them both as individuals. It's just unfortunate that this happened. I hope that Desmond can learn and grow from this. I hope that Kristy continues to be successful and, make it in the industry, because she's already doing really big things. I think she was in a lot of fashion shows last year, some Hollywood red carpets. I think she went to the Met Gala. Like, she's really doing big things, and I hope that she continues to do that, even through all this. So yeah, that's all I have to say about them. The next thing we're going to talk about is Real Housewives of Potomac. For those of you that do not know by now, even though I've been dropping little chips here and there about this, I love reality TV shows, and I said that I'm going to make it a thing this 2026. So do not be shocked when you start to see a lot of reality TV show clips from my channel, or reality TV show full on videos on my channel. And we're going to kick off that here today. So we're just going to talk about a couple Real Housewives shows and one other reality show called Married to Medicine. Not really talk about them in depth, just like do a quick summary of like the last episode that was shown, and then maybe read some threads, because I'm on threads, I'm not on X. X is too unhinged for me. So I stuck with the little brother, which is threads. So we'll be reading some threads and, talking about them. But I think this last episode was basically highlighting Angel's trip. Like, she invites the ladies to Colorado to come and experience the outdoor living, nature, blah blah blah. Because I think that's really what Colorado, for the most part is about, being in tune with nature, and all that. But the accommodation that she kept them in, some of the ladies, was not really great. The way she did it was she split the ladies. So some of the ladies which she's close to, which are Tia and Kierna, stayed in her house while the other ladies stayed at like an Airbnb type of situation. Mind you, this Airbnb is like 1 hour away from Angel's house. Now, I love me some Angel. I actually want her to come back next season. I want them to give her another chance. But I'm not going to lie and say that some of the things that the other ladies were saying about the accommodation situation was not right. They were actually right about that. First of all, it just wasn't nice that it was like 1 hour away. She could have found something closer, and just made things easier for the ladies. But I think there was also a point in time in the episode where she was like, oh, there wasn't anything close at that time when she was trying to book the accommodation. So if that was the case, okay, I understand. But yeah, don't be surprised when they now start to complain. The second thing that was wrong with this accommodation was the fact that the water was not running consistently. I think the majority of the ladies did not have water running in their bathrooms, and it was only Stacy who had some level of trickling water coming through her tap. And again, that's a no-no. Like Stacy said, we deserve the basic things in life, like showering, flushing, all those type of things. We need water in our lives, and I can't even defend that. That is very true. Like you do need water. Like the least you could do was make sure that this house was functioning properly. But then again, that isn't really her fault, because it's like if the homeowners tell you that things are functioning in the house and everything, and this is a good place to move into, it's not really Angel's fault that the amenities in the house are not working. Now, the way Angel chooses to move, now knowing the situation and how she plans to rectify the situation, is where we should focus on. I feel like the way people are just hammering, hammering, hammering on her, like, you guys have to give her some grace a little bit, because this is her first season, which is usually hard for the newbies, and this is her first girls trip that she's planning in the group. So let's just give her some grace. I'm hoping that in the next episode she picks things up and she's able to rectify everything. Other than that, though, even the mini like welcome party thing that she hosted for the ladies at her house is beautiful. Everything from the table setting to the food to the bar, like everything just looked good in her house. Like she really did good in that. The only thing I found strange was those group of men that she had those ladies introduced to. Those men did not see for those ladies. Now, I don't know if it's because maybe her husband had briefed them a little bit about how the ladies were treating her on the show, and then they had stank attitudes for the ladies, like, we're not going to be fake with you, or maybe that's just the nature of who they are. But regardless of whatever the reason was, that was a very awkward and hilarious scene. Like, it had me screaming. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? And it also felt like subtle marketing on what's it called, subtle advertising on Angel's part, because she kept referencing how these are successful men in their industries, co-founders of this, co-founders of that, these founders of this founders of that, partners of her businesses. And I'm just like, okay, but even if you're going to do that, at least let them be welcoming. Yeah, a little hello would not kill you, like a little wave would not kill you. They were just puffing smoke in the atmosphere, looking as if they do not know what's going on there, and they were wondering why these people are on this property. Like, it was very awkward to watch, but at the same time, not gonna lie, it was kind of funny. Monique and Angel. So something else in this episode that struck me was, just Monique having conversations with the ladies, every little thing that Angel would say was like criticized and made like, oh, I know this pattern. Oh yeah, she's definitely living the life that I lived. Oh yes, her husband is definitely this way, like my ex-husband used to be. And I'm just like, Monique, I actually like you. Don't make me not like you. Like, I was very happy to hear that you were coming to the show, and so far, I'm sorry to say, it's kind of been a flop, your return. Like, why are you projecting your inadequacies in your own marriage on somebody else's marriage, especially someone that you are just knowing. You don't know the dynamic of their relationship. Why are you projecting it on her? I guess she was saying this because when the ladies were at Angel's house and, it was close to the time they were about to leave, they were asking Angel, like, oh, yeah, the next day, after all our itineraries and everything, maybe we should do like a sleepover type of thing. You can stay over at our house, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, oh, she will have to check with her husband first, because the kids' schedule and all those type of things, they didn't plan for this. And then Monique is like, oh, yeah, don't worry. He's just going to be a dad, being a dad. And I'm just like, girl, like, I don't think that's what she meant. Like, they have little kids. She said she's still a nursing mother. Obviously, they have a schedule to how things work. And honestly, you can't even compare Chris and Bobby because, first of all, we never saw Chris with his kids. You did everything. In every scene that we've seen Bobby in, Bobby has those kids on his shoulder, on his back, on something. Like, he's always with his kids. So, there's no comparison, just even by the little things that we're seeing on this show with how Bobby has moved. Now, is Bobby reserved? Is Bobby like not okay with the bullshit? Yes. But like to say that, oh, Bobby is not a hands-on parent, or but you're seeing these signs of this thing with Bobby, how he's not a how he's a controlling husband, is this, da da da. I don't really see it. I just see Bobby as someone that protects his peace, protects his wife, and yeah, doesn't mess with the drama type of thing. It's so funny how we give before, and like last season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, a lot of people gave Todd a pass, like, oh, he's just an old-fashioned man, he's just a this man, he's not grumpy, it's just how he is. In fact, I love it for him. He just doesn't mess with the ladies' bullshit and everything. But like here we have another man that is grounded, doesn't take bullshit as well, and now everybody's like, oh, he's this, he's that, he's this. I've seen people even on social media like, oh, red flags, red flag. And I'm like, what red flag has this guy giving you? Todd had a lot of red flags. Todd disrespected his wife a lot of times on camera, and a lot of people were riding for Todd. Why is it different for Bobby? Like, why? So I don't really like that Monique is projecting her own issues or marital issues on Angel, and I hope Angel addresses that in the next episode because I think Jassy ended up telling Angel about what was discussed and what was said about Bobby and the comparisons that were made. Okay, now this topic is very irritating to me. The whole thing that has been trending with Angel sleeping with Charisse's son. For me, disgusting. But then I'm not surprised because Ashley has always been disgusting since season one. The way Ashley has moved, I'm really not surprised to hear it. But I was very surprised to see Charisse not react the way I would have expected Charisse to react when she found out. But then it could also be because the cameras were there. Honestly, I don't care if cameras are there or not. If I have kids and a friend of mine tells me she slept with my kids, I'm not giving a damn about the cameras. I'm not. You're gonna see my real reaction and I'm going to check you because how dare you? People were even now comparing it to like, oh, um, what about Larissa that was dating Michael Jordan's son? Nobody had a problem with it. They had a significant age difference, blah blah blah, which is true, and that was equally as bad. Let me tell you. But the what makes this one even worse was that Ashley knew this boy when he was a teenager. Like she was in this show, Charisse was in this show when that boy was a kid. And the fact that you can do that just because now he's grown is sickening to me. Sickening. You have no class, Ashley. You have no class. And I hope they really discuss this in the reunion and they hold her accountable. Mia even came out recently and was like, oh, she told us about this 2 years ago and nobody had a reaction about it. And I'm just like, are you okay? How are you guys holding Stacy to a different standard? Stacy, that is a full grown woman, can do whatever she wants to do, questioning her about her relationship life, her sex life, everything. And Ashley, that's sleeping with one of your co-workers or friends' sons who was a kid when she knew him, nobody's talking about it. Like I feel like this group like just focuses on the wrong things. That should have been a conversation. That should have been a whole episode worth of conversation. Like Ashley, why would you do that? That's weird. That is strange. and she's just laughing about it. Oh, she really feels like she didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. I just found that very disgusting. And yeah, I guess now Charisse went on Carlos King's channel and actually now really expressed her real emotions. But then I don't know if those are her real emotions or those are emotions that are fueled by what she has seen on social media now, like the reactions from the fans. So Charisse, I really hope that you get to the bottom of things, because it doesn't look good on your part too. The fact that you were so lackadaisical on the show about the whole situation, and then is a complete 360 reaction. I would have wished that you actually showed your real, honest reaction the moment you heard about this and got to the bottom of things. But yeah, that's just my thought on that. Last thing I want to say before we finish the Real Housewives of Potomac section is that I do have a theory about this whole Stacy and Chris thing, who told Chris about what Monique discussed with the ladies. I know that a lot of people are pointing at Kierna, Stacy, but I feel, and this is just me, I may be wrong, I feel like it could be Angel, because I think they've spoken a lot about how Chris was like a mentor to Bobby when he was just starting off in the NFL. So I was like, what if Angel pillow talked this conversation to her husband and then the husband told Chris? That's not so far fetched, right? Just a thought. Just felt like I should put that there because it's been itching my brain. Like, why is nobody really thinking about this avenue? Like, maybe Angel could be the one that actually threw Monique under the bus low key. So let me know what you guys think about that. All right, so we're moving to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I think they just filmed I believe they just filmed Reunion Part 1. In my opinion, the reunion, the first part that has been released to us, the viewers, was really a flop to me. I wouldn't say it was that entertaining. Like, it was okay, it was mid. I don't really know why we're gonna have like 3 parts for this. I really feel like they could just nip things in the bud in like part 2, but okay. I will say that I am team Lisa and Meredith, and I would say that Lisa and Meredith definitely held their own in this first part. Like, even though it was kind of like a mid episode, they definitely held their own. I don't care what anybody has to say about them being a tag team or being a duo or this thing, whatever. I don't care. Heather and Whitney are always doing duo and tag teaming Lisa and Meredith. So I really don't care what anybody has to say. Let Lisa and Meredith tag team however way they want to, every which way possible, okay? But yeah, I feel like they really gathered the ladies. Yes, granted, Lisa is reactive, but you all are reactive. Like, so stop pinning it to anybody like, oh, this is this, oh, you show up, oh, you show off, this is this. Oh, Lisa, you're always talking about how you're rich, how you're better than all of us. Mary subtly does it too. So let's not have double standards and everything. If we're going to come at somebody for something, let's look within ourselves too and check if we actually do it ourselves, okay? So yeah, that's what I feel about that. Heather is very annoying as well. Heather and Whitney, bad weather as Lisa calls them, they are very annoying because I just feel like they are so obsessed with Lisa and Meredith. Like, this Lisa and Meredith takedown between the two of them is actually very scary, because what exactly did these two do to you for real? What exactly did Lisa and Meredith really do to Whitney and Heather? Nothing. I can't think of anything. The only people that should even have any issue with Lisa really is actually who would I really say? Okay, maybe Angie, yes, and maybe Meredith. But Meredith has even gone past that whole situation with Lisa, and that is even still something that bothers the other ladies. Like, why did you go past this? Like, why did you let it go so easily? If Meredith held a grudge about that whole situation, I promise you that they would have still been on Meredith's head. Why are you still holding a grudge? So really, in my opinion, Meredith cannot win with these ladies. If Meredith sneezes, it's a problem. If Meredith breathes, it's a problem. So I will never understand what it is that the problem that the ladies actually have with Meredith. I just think it's straight up obsession. Lisa, I just feel like they are intimidated by Lisa. They are definitely intimidated by Lisa, because if you all feel like you are holding your own and you're successful women in your own way and in your own rights, why is one person's statement bothering you this badly? Why? That means you are insecure in yourself. Like if somebody is going around saying, "Oh, I'm the richest one in this group, this is this, that, that," I'm gonna let them think what they want to think because at the end of the day, I don't have anything to prove to anybody. Like I only have something to prove to myself. So it's not gonna bother me. But the way it bothers these ladies is like, damn, are you people? Maybe she is better than you guys with the way you guys react sometimes. Like just leave Lisa to be in her delusional world as you always say she is in. So I don't know. And another thing I found weird was Heather kind of trying to question Lisa's money. Like that was a bit strange. It's almost like they're trying to set her up to look like Jensha in a way. And I'm just like, you didn't have all this mouth in you when Jensha was on this show. If anything, you were very mute. Somebody that punched you in the eye, you didn't say anything about it. You made production like you almost put production in trouble and everything. Like I just find it very strange that now she has all this ammunition on Lisa when the real criminal that was on this show, you were buddies with her, you were supporting her and everything, you knew that she was bad and everything, and you just like continued to move with her. Even after she punched you in the eye, you still were riding for this lady until Monica came and almost exposed your ass. Like that's crazy. I find it very psychotic in my opinion and problematic. Whitney, what is Whitney's storyline this season? I don't know. I feel like there's so much that she could have dived into with her whole relationship, with her business that I think, wasn't really doing well at some point and everything. So those would have been good things to discuss on the show. But something about Whitney that I've noticed is that she doesn't like to discuss her issues. She likes to discuss other people's issues. She likes to look and source out other people's issues so that she can bring it to the table and talk about it, and nobody can look her way to, share anything about her life. So yeah, honestly, if she keeps doing that, I feel like they can really let her go at this point because she really brings nothing to the table other than mess and just fueling drama. I don't know. And to also talk about the whole thing that happened on the plane that was a huge discussion in this season. I really believe that Meredith definitely was upset and definitely said something on that plane. Now, do I believe that it is to the level that the ladies are saying it was? No. And I will stand on that hill to the day that I am proven otherwise. Yes, I believe she definitely, lashed out a little bit and was upset and everything and spoke to Lisa maybe in a heated way and everything. But I do not believe that it is to the level that the ladies are saying that it was. If it really was, I don't want to believe that nobody, not even just a regular passenger on that plane in the first class seating, brought out their phones and recorded. I cannot believe that nobody did that if it is as bad as the ladies are talking about it, or that she wasn't thrown out of the plane. Like, I cannot believe it. So, until I'm proven otherwise, I stand on that hill that they are exaggerating what happened. And I'm very disappointed in Mary also for even siding with these ladies about Meredith. Meredith was the only person on your side last two seasons, I think, when you were isolated and practically kicked out of the group. And when they were saying a lot of nasty things about your church, and don't even get me started about your church because I watched the documentary and I just find it interesting how people are just glazing away from that and just like, oh, well, we love Mary, so we don't care. Like, how do you not care? Like, have you watched the testimonies of these people? That is crazy. As much as you like somebody and they're your fan favorite and everything, I don't think that that excuses their bad behavior. And I feel like when they need to be called out, you need to call them out. Don't get me wrong, I like Mary, but I can also say that it is weird that she's married to her step grandfather. It is weird that people in her church are coming out and saying these crazy things. It is weird, all these evidences that are shown about her church and how she treats her congregation. It is very weird, and yeah, I just don't understand why people cannot see that it is weird and that she needs to also answer to these things. You can't just give her a pass every time just because she's quirky and everything. Okay, yes, and you still need to answer. You still need to answer because at the end of the day, everybody has a day of reckoning, and it's just a matter of time, I feel, before this whole facade of how everybody thinks Mary is would clear off. People will soon start to see the real Mary, in my opinion. So until then, that's all I have to say about Mary. I do find it very strange that she did not support Meredith at all this season. And it was just an eye opener, and I hope for Meredith as well that okay, Mary might not be the kind of friend that I thought she was, or the kind of friend that I was to her a few years ago when she was at her lowest in this group. But I leave it at that. Married to Medicine, King and Quad. I find it very interesting how, all of a sudden, Quad really wants to have a kid when, for those of us that watched Married to Medicine from the very beginning, we know how adamant she was about not having a kid. Granted, she didn't want to really have a kid because of the partner that she was with, but we can't sit down here and say that her reasons now for wanting to have a child are the right reasons, because I just feel like maybe Quad may not understand the level of responsibility and the kind of mindset that is needed to raise a child. It just feels like it's more so for like the aesthetic, it's more so just for like, oh, to have a baby. Like there's no plan whatsoever regarding it. I'm hoping it's not just for a storyline as well, because you can't convince me that King wants to have another child. Every clip that I've seen of King and Quad talking about this IVF journey, talking about having kids, has not really been that moving. Like I don't feel any like emotions about it. It just feels like it's just for a storyline. And like I said, I hope that's not the case. But even some of the things that King has said, like, oh, I want a masculine child, I want a boy, I want a, a male child. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, okay, first of all. And then the second part where I think she had gotten the results of their fertility, egg fertilization, whatever. I don't really know the process of IVF, but we're talking about something with the procedure, and I think it didn't go through the way they wanted it to go through. And then Quad is like vulnerable, she's crying and everything, and he's like, you know, I thought this thing was just gonna be a one and done type of thing, but now like I'm not really sure anymore. I'm just paraphrasing, and like, I'm doing this just for you. How can you be trying to bring a child into this world just for one person? This is supposed to be a two people effort. So I don't understand what he means by I'm doing this just for you. Don't you want this kid as well? So I just find it very strange, like a lot of things that are being said by the two of them that I'm just like, are you sure you're ready to handle a child right now? But I love Quad at the end of the day, and I hope that she figures it out. I don't know if King is on the same page with you, and I'm hoping that they are able to get on the same page about it, because right now it's not looking so good. And King has valid reasons, in my opinion, about not wanting a child, because I think he already has a child, and she's like pretty grown, like probably in her teen years or something. So it's a completely different ball game, like raising a child now from like as a baby when you already have a grown child. So I definitely see it from his point of view. But if he has that point of view and Quad has this point of view and wanting to have a baby, I'm just wondering how things are just gonna work between the two of them. They're definitely not on the same page in my opinion, and let's just see how it plays out. I do know that Quad was in Ghana this past Christmas, and she wasn't with King. So I'm not really sure what that means, because usually they travel around together and all that. And if they're doing their fertility thing in Ghana, I would have thought that okay, he would have come with her or something. But no, she was with Yandy and like a lot of single ladies. We already know that Yandy is going through a separation or a divorce with Mendices. So it's like it felt like a girl's trip, and I found that very interesting. Very, very interesting. So we'll see how things play out between the two of them this season, and also see what happens also in the next season, and see how things play out in the reunion actually, because I don't think they're filming right now. They haven't filmed for the reunion yet. So Aha and King even still together yet? We don't actually know, because I don't think she has posted him a lot lately on her page. But that's just what I think about that whole situation. Toya at Heavenly's family reunion party this past episode. There's a reason why I don't like Toya, and it's because she's very tacky, as they call her. Tell me why she was going around. Because, okay, no, for those of you that didn't watch the episode, Heavenly was hosting like a mac and cheese competition, and all the ladies participated in it. They brought their own mac and cheeses, whatever. um what's her name, Toya, I think it was her son that made their own mac and cheese that they put in the competition. So while people were tasting the mac and cheese and now like voting for which one they found was to be their favorite, um what's her name, Toya was the one carrying the ballot boxes for where they are voting, and she was kind of influencing their decisions. Like if they wanted to vote for a different thing, she'd be like, "Oh no, you vote for this, and is this one you're supposed to vote for?" and everything. And to the point where one of the guests actually complained to, I think it was Quad, telling her that, oh, the lady that's holding the ballot boxes is cheating, like she's rigging those votes and everything. And even though people may say, oh, it was just cheeky, oh, she was just kidding, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, she's the one that ended up winning, like her son ended up winning the competition, she was cheating. But even though people may say, oh, it was just a light-hearted game, it was this, it was that, it wasn't that serious, blah, blah, blah. I find it a bit weird because I feel like it's teaching your child that they don't need to work hard enough to win at in life. Like you can in life, you're not going to be going around trying to like influence other people's decisions for your son. So I just feel like, why didn't she let her son win fairly? At the end of the day, the boy may even still have won, because we know that, from past seasons, this boy cooks a lot. Like he knows how to cook. He learned it from his dad. Like, and the dad really cooks well, from what the other ladies say, even from what the other ladies say about the boy. Like, we know he cooks really well. So why not give him a fair chance? Why did you feel the need to be going around the room trying to influence other people's judgments for the competition? I just found it very weird, and I kind of didn't like it. I just felt like it was kind of poor parenting on that moment, because it's like you're not teaching your child a good lesson. You're making the child think that, oh, you would always be there to like help him win, or like you always be there to like influence things in his life, as it pertains to success. And I didn't really like that. But yeah, that was just my own opinion. Other people may differ with my thoughts, but that is how I felt. I just felt like it was so unnecessary, and he could have won at the end of the day with his own efforts, like fairly. Hey guys, this is another subscriber business shout out, and today I'll be shouting out FEBB'S Beauty. This is a passionate lash and brow artist offering customized lash extensions, semi-permanent brow services designed to enhance your natural beauty. She focuses on comfort, quality, and attention to detail, ensuring that every client leaves feeling confident and beautiful. And she is also based in Lagos. So if you are in Lagos, you live in Lagos, you are visiting Lagos, and you need a quick lash extension appointment, semi-permanent brow service, definitely book her. I'll leave a link to her page in the description box, so definitely check her out. Yeah, I think she said she is located in Lagos, Isheri, Oshun specifically. So definitely check her out if you are in Lagos, or you are within the area and looking for some brow or lash extension services. Let's get back into the video. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about those things. I think that's all I wanted to discuss. Now we can just go through threads and see what the people are saying about the different topics. I'm starting to wonder if some of these people attacking Kristy believe that Desmond will pick them. This woman has not uttered one word about this man. He released a backhanded apology that basically blamed his wife for his infidelity. No one can force you to stay in a marriage. I agree. He could have left and started a relationship, but stayed and cheated. The pick me energy needs to end in 2026. I definitely agree with this. And like I said, it's like, if you really felt like things in your relationship were that bad that you were about to, you were now like looking for things outside, I feel like you should have just ended it, period, rather than going out of your way to say, oh, you want to fix things with her, and then you end up cheating on her. That is a no-no. That just, for me, it eliminates whatever remorse or whatever it is that I may have felt for you, should you have done things the right way. So I definitely agree with that comment. If Desmond was so miserable, why didn't he just file for divorce? That is true. Even if she may have tried to talk you into it, if you felt that you were done with the relationship, I feel like you should have filed regardless, because now you are in much bigger hot water than you expected yourself to be in, and you're actually losing your family, really, because of it. Someone said her disrespect towards Desmond was disguised as humor. I can see that. I'm not gonna lie and say that there were some times in their content that there were some moments in their content where it was like, ooh, that would offend me if it was someone that did it to me, if it was my significant other that did it to me and all that. But at the end of the day, like I said, as much as we may have remorse concerning things that he may could be the reason why he wanted to step away from the beginning, the fact that he cheated on her eliminates whatever remorse, in my opinion, that I can give him about the situation. We can say, oh, yes, she could have not done this. Oh, yes, she should have not um, done this to him on the video, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, the fact that he cheated, I feel, just makes it look bad on his own opinion, in my own opinion, and just doesn't allow me to give him that sympathy anymore. Desmond is going to realize he wouldn't find another woman with more personality and enthusiasm than Kristy. She's truly a one of a kind woman. That man is going to realize how bored he is with anyone else. There's no excuse to cheat. And that could be the case. And I second that notion on the second part. There is no excuse to cheat. No excuse. The excuses could have been given should you have not cheated. We could have analyzed this thing fairly. But the fact that you cheated, no excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, and I agree with that. Okay, let's see Real Housewives of Potomac threads. Who are these random mean men? Like they were so standoffish, like bad bitch energy. No, seriously, they were giving bad bitch energy for real. They were very standoffish. If you haven't watched the episode, please go and watch it. It's the latest episode. Those men were giving off, "Who are you? Who's this? Why are you talking to me?" kind of energy. It was so funny. It was so awkward to watch, in my opinion. It's a whole lot of y'all acting as if not having water and being separated on a girls' trip isn't a problem. Stop fronting. They they are not 10 minutes away from each other. Please, y'all would be pissed off too. I agree. Um, as much as we want to say that Giselle has been a hater with for Giselle, Ashley, and a little bit of Wendy have been haters to Angel, it is true. Things like water are necessity. That house is falling apart. I agree with it. And um the house also being like 1 hour away from them is also very inconveniencing. So I do agree with that. And I would be pissed off too should that happen to me on a girls' trip. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just saying, let's see how Angel rectifies the situation moving forward during the trip. And also see how things play out as well, and also give her a chance because at the end of the day, this is her first season. This is her first girls' trip that she's hosting for the ladies. She's gonna go back to the drawing board after all this. This is gonna just be a learning curve for her, and hopefully she's able to deliver something better next time. Should she be given the opportunity to stay longer in this franchise? I really hope that she is. I really do think that her family dynamics is interesting. I really feel like she is a proper housewife material. Like she has the affluence and everything, so why not give her a second chance? Everybody has a rough first season. A lot of these housewives that you guys are rooting for now, like that your fan favorites, Wendy didn't have like a good season until today, like this season, and she's been on this show for like how many years? Like 4 5 years. So if we could give Wendy a chance, you know, why don't we give Angel the same benefits of the doubt? Stacy and Tia are even Stacy, I think last season didn't really have a great season. Like a lot of people didn't like Stacy because she was lying a lot. And in my opinion, she still lies, but let's not even get into that. She lies a lot. She lied a lot last season. She brought on that guy that I feel like she hired to be her boyfriend. um that whole season everybody was suspicious about their relationship, and rightfully so. Were proved right at the end of the day in the reunion, and all of a sudden now in this season Stacey is fan favorites. Like Stacey has her own fan club, Stacey has her own stan and everything. Like it's crazy. So if you can again award Stacey that benefit of the doubt, you can award Angel that benefit of the doubt, and I hope that that is the case moving forward. Look, if Wendy did the fraud, it was money well spent because she always looks gorgeous. I don't know if there's any reason. to justify fraud should that be the case on her part. Um, yeah, I'm just hoping that the things that Wendy is accused for, she's vindicated from them because it's really not looking good, especially with the way, first of all, she talks down on people about, um, the things that they do, like the spending habits, or she counts other people's pockets. Like it's just not looking good for you, especially knowing the things that you're facing right now with your own finances. Like I feel like she has a lot to say about other people's finances, particularly in this season and particularly with Angel. So it'll be interesting to see how she navigates this reunion that they just filmed and the kind of questions that she's asked and how she answers, and also how her legal situation plays out as well. I really hope that she's not guilty. I really, really hope so. But we'll see. Angel is the first time the Potomac ladies have ever flown private in their 10 seasons that I can remember. Is that why is that why Gizzard had her granny panties in one? Is that actually true? Is Angel actually the first time that they are flying private? You see, hey, if that's the case, then see what I'm talking about. Like Angel actually has the lifestyle. So I feel like it wouldn't be strategic or a good move if they just do make her a one and done kind of housewife and don't bring her back in season 11. I just feel like she deserves a second chance. She deserves a second chance for sure. Okay, let's go to Salt Lake City, see what's popping with them. Brownwin is just so much smarter than the rest of the cast, and the reunion is making that apparent. Not really. I just think that Brownwin is a wordsmith. We can give her that, but to say that she is the smartest in the cast, I don't think that is true. I really do think that Brownwin and Lisa can go head to head in conversations or in arguments. I think the three wordsmiths of that group are Angie, Lisa, and Brownwin. But to say that Brownwin is the smartest on the group, I wouldn't say so. If anybody that can marry Todd and stand him for this amount of years is not smart in my opinion. Maybe smart for the money, but like not smart. Like no. And I'm not even trying to be a hater. I can give what Brownwin wordsmith, but to say like she's smarter than everyone on that couch, no, I don't think so. Todd talks mad shit about Lisa, so why can't she talk mad shit about him? And that is very true. There were so many times this season where we heard Todd say the most unhinged things about Lisa. I think there was a point where he was like, even if she's burning, he wouldn't even spit on her type of thing. And I'm just like, damn, bro, like, is it really that bad? So if Todd can say all these crazy things, nasty things about Lisa, Lisa can definitely give it back, in my opinion. So, and I don't care what anybody has to say about that. Todd put himself in this mess, and Lisa is just finishing it. Anything that comes out of her mouth after that is fair game, and Brownwin should accept that. I don't even know why Brownwin is even still defending this man. Aren't you guys separated? Girl, bye. Why are these ladies mad that Lisa isn't claiming Salt Lake City like that? Like, yes, she lived there for years, but she's from NYC. Why does that bother all of them? And I agree. I don't know why this was even a major topic in the reunion about, where Lisa is from. If Lisa says she's from planet Mars, then Lisa is from planet Mars. Why is it your business? Why are you so bothered by her saying that she's from New York and not from Salt Lake City? She lived in Salt Lake City, but that doesn't mean that she is from Salt Lake City. That's just like me saying I am from Canada. I'm not from Canada. I'm originally from Nigeria and I am in Canada, living in Canada right now. So that doesn't mean I'm Canadian. I don't know. Just weird things that they focus on and hyperfixate on. And that's why I say that Whitney and Heather are just obsessed with Lisa. Even what's her name? Whitney bringing up the whole, oh, you were in Miami. I thought you did a plastic surgery because this was the first time I saw that you posted a picture without makeup. And I'm just like, damn, like the chick cannot even post something and think that it's just a light post. Like you are even tracking her posts at this point. Why? Go and focus on Wild Rose Beauty or something. I don't know. The fact that she said that to me was just like weird because why are you tracking her posts? Why are you trying to navigate when she was in Miami, when she wasn't in Miami, what she was doing in Miami? Did she meet this person in Miami? Was it a business trip in Miami? Like why? Why is this even a conversation? Can we talk about Mary and her cult? Can we talk about you and your failed business? Your MLM business? Can we talk about Britney being a deadbeat? Can we talk about Heather and her disgusting mattress? Can we talk about Angie and her windshields that she calls glasses? All right, let's see some Married to Medicine threads. Unpopular opinion, I don't like Toya, and I've watched Married to Medicine since season 1. Me too. So this isn't a shit. This isn't a hit tweet. It's a viewer's perspective. She comes off unappreciative, entitled, emotionally immature. She's not accountable, and straight up disrespectful to Dr. Eugene. She puts him under constant financial and emotional pressure, then argues with him about why he's stressed. Bigger house every year, Birkin parties, lifestyle inflation nonstop. Then she's mad that he has to work harder. I agree. I just feel like nothing can ever be enough for Toya. Toya would always expect more for Eugene. And if that's the way Eugene likes it, then I love it for them. But to me, I find it very odd and I find it very disturbing. Like, Toya literally sometimes emasculates this man on TV. It is very uncomfortable to watch. And even the last episode before the latest episode about that whole party that she hosted and just the way she spoke to Eugene, I was just like, damn, I thought we've gone past all this. Like, I just thought that they were in a much more healthier space, things were going well for them, she wasn't as abusive as she used to be to Eugene in the past seasons, but her reacting the way she reacted in that episode was like, damn, I guess things are still the same. The dynamic is still the same in this relationship. And if Eugene is happily taking it, who are we, the viewers, to even say anything about it? But I definitely agree that she disrespects him on camera. And it's like, if this is what you do on camera, I can't even begin to think what you do, behind the scenes with this man or what you say behind the scenes to this man. So Toya has never been a favorite of mine. Toya has always moved kind of strange to me. And I feel like Toya is kind of the root of a lot of her problems, especially financially, and maritally as well. So yeah, we wish the best for Toya though. I'm begging Quad not to have any baby with that man. Begging. I agree. He just is not on the same trajectory as you are right now. This man is actually being honest to you right now, telling you that he wants to do this thing for you. He doesn't want this kid, but it's for you. I feel like you need to listen, girl. You need to listen. He doesn't want to be a dad right now to a baby. He doesn't want this kid. You're the only one that wants this kid. And I can't fault King because King is actually being honest. He's telling you, like, read between the lines, girl. He's telling you exactly what it is for him. And if you still choose to have a baby with him, okay. But at the same time, us the viewers are telling you, oh, this man does not want this baby. So if tomorrow you have this baby and things start to happen in the relationship, do not be surprised. That's why we're warning you now. Don't be surprised because he's telling you now that it's for you. It's for you. Listen to the verbiage. I'm sorry, y'all, but all that hooting and hollering Cecil was doing, you would think he was up at 3 a.m. delivering babies so his children would never have to stand in line at financial aid office. I'm screaming. But that's facts. Yeah, that whole thing with Cecil and Simone, first of all, was a very real scene. Like, if that's the reality TV that we want to see, like the real conversations. Secondly, it's like I just feel like Cecil just doesn't get it. Like, Cecil would never get it probably because he is not in the same shoes as Simone is. Simone is the breadwinner of that family, whatever anybody wants to believe or not, she is. And I just feel like he would never understand the pressure of being the breadwinner of that family. That chick has put them through college. I think there was a point where Miles even had a gap year or two, like just a mess. And the fact that you're now telling her that, oh, um she should pay for their masters or whatever, and they shouldn't apply for financial aid, she should just foot the bill, is crazy to me, especially when there are these opportunities for citizens like her kids that they can apply for and actually get some grants that would help take some of the edge off the mom. Like, how can you be so inconsiderate to your wife? Like, would you rather she walk herself to death? I mean, he pretty much said, yeah, you could die tomorrow. Like, they're still gonna have to live. So technically, he does not care even if she dies and walks herself to death at this point. So people were saying that she married the wrong brother because I think his brother was even telling him like, yeah, you need to like see it from your wife's perspective and everything, and just like, damn, Simone really locked out on the brother that she chose to marry. But yeah, Cecil, you need to get it together. Like, you are really enabling these kids, and I don't think it's even good for them. Look at them; they don't even look motivated. They don't even sound motivated. They are literally oozing nepotism as they speak. Especially, I think it's the youngest one. I don't know if he's Miles or what the other oldest one is called, but especially the youngest child, he has a lot to say about his mother's money. Like, he is entitled. My God, he is very entitled, and I hope Simone nips that in the bud, or else she will be digging herself closer to her grave for real, because there's only so much somebody can handle, especially with that amount of financial pressure and everything coming from the people that are supposed to be loving and, caring for you and trying to take things off your plate and everything. I just don't know. I just don't think it's a good dynamic, and I hope that they're able to figure it out. And I hope that she's able to set her foot down on certain things with those boys, because if she doesn't, she's just raising some really entitled individuals in our society, and I don't think we need any more of those. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys also watch these shows and what your opinions on just anything and everything concerning them are. Let me know what your opinions are as well on Desmond and Kristy. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this style of content. I want to be doing more of these like chit chat videos, just rounding up the week with whatever was trending and just talking about different topics. So let me know if you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in my next one.